Hi, my name is Bruce Faris. I'm the architect with Modern Tiny Living. Today, we'd like to talk about the challenges we face when trying to put tiny homes on wheels or tiny homes on foundation in different communities around the state, around the country. Obviously, we run into significant problems when we try to put tiny homes on wheels someplace. The closer you are to an urban center, the more likely they will be to restrict it. Why? Well, there's different reasons why. In the suburbs, for example, they don't make a whole lot of money off of you. So there's not a lot of suburbs that are friendly to tiny home on wheels. We're working with some locally here in Columbus to try to establish a relationship with them. So they understand what we're trying to do. They understand that we're not just bringing in a bunch of mobile homes, that we could actually have development standards. So when you're doing a tiny home on wheels and you're asking yourself, where am I going to put this? That's a really good question. That's a question you need to dig deeper into, probably before you actually build your tiny home. Can you put it in your parents' backyard? Sure, as long as nobody complains. In Portland, Oregon, the way they get away with putting it in people's backyards is they don't put a toilet in it. They say it's just like a detached bedroom, so you have to use the toilet in the house. Can you do that in the suburbs? Possibly, but really it amounts to how much risk are you willing to bite off? If you have property way out in the country, you have 60 acres out in the country and you can hide the thing down a country road and nobody's ever going to see it, that's fine. I'm not saying it's legal, but can you do it? Is that the risk you want to take? Sure. What we're trying to do in Modern Tiny Living is we're trying to create these relationships with the local authorities. We call them authorities having jurisdiction, who will allow us to do tiny homes on wheels or tiny homes on foundation. So before you move forward, approach the authority having jurisdiction and ask them what the restrictions are for size. Ask them if you're allowed to live in a trailer. And then if they say no and no, well, you have some options. You always have an appeal process. You can always have somebody like us or other advocates in the tiny home community help sell the idea to those local authorities. Last but not least, a lot of urban centers, downtown centers, are actually allowing container homes and tiny home on wheels for the aging kids that are coming out of foster care, for homeless, and for veterans. And they're looking at integrating the actual community. So you have elderly, so you have young folks, so you have vets. So think about that as one of your options if you really like to live in an urban center. All right, till next time, thanks.